There's another price point knife by Kershaw, made in China. I just featured it as a competitive option in my mini review of the Kershaw Energy 1745 BLK, the blackened version. In a way, it's a different price point though, because it's going to come in at around $22 to $25, which is to say it is an incredible value. Now it still wears that boring, at this point for me personally, black and silver bead blasted silver motif that are in a lot of those value knives over at Kershaw. But the good news is that it, for me, is a very attractive knife, mainly because of its shape and how it looks. Philosophy of use I'm going to jump right into is going to be EDC, however, because it just lacks any real traction on it. The handle is Zytel. It is textured, molded in texturing. It doesn't do anything for traction to any meaningful degree. There's no jimping. You do have a choil there, a finger guard of sorts, but it's going to be, in my knife drawer, pretty much relegated to utility tasks. That's about it. I love the blade shape though, and I am a sucker for the Persian style blades. I think they slash incredibly. Now in the EDC roll, this one will cut very well. I know because I carried it for several weeks. Let's take a look at that tip. Very precise, capable of in-field surgery if you need it to do that for you. Great relief edge, very sharp out of box, and by the way, that blade steel is the very familiar, at this point, HCR13 MOV. Fine edged, capable, it will rust on you, take care of it, you will love it. At the price point, I have no issues whatsoever with HCR. Other look at the relief edge here. So great blade style. Collectability, no way. It's a user, man. It's a beater that you won't feel guilty, depending on who you are, of going out and just thrashing on it. The weight is not incredible at 4.2 ounces. It's kind of a heavy EDC option for me. Maybe it's just because I'm a puss. I just like the lighter knives. Keep in mind when I say that in my reviews, dudes, I'm talking about usually carrying a large tactical blade. What do I have on me right now? This is not set up, just what I have. Oh yeah, Microtech, Ultratech. Okay, so I'll carry this. Well, actually this knife functions as both because it's so lightweight, it's comfortable. I'm not carrying a dedicated EDC blade other than my Cadet, which I have in my pocket as well. Always got a Cadet. But sometimes I'll carry like a big, bad tactical blade, and then I'll throw in a very lightweight EDC blade. In that case, that's my system. If I'm going with just one knife, and by the way, I'm talking a defensive roll and a utility roll. For me, they're distinct and separate, and I like having both those capabilities usually. For me, just a little bit heavy for EDC 4.2. I really wish they would have milled these liners out. I can pretty much tell you why they didn't. Cost. That's another machining operation, and it's just going to add to the cost. So some of these high value knives, if not most of them from Kershaw, just lack any type of skeletonizing attempt. You could probably bring this down to about 3.7 if you did it aggressively. It's just a guess. Speed is outstanding. Torsion bar, speed assist system. This is a fun knife to play with. You could say that about a lot of those Kershaws. They're all fun. I'm going to show you some competitive options too. Lockup, flawless. Up, down, no movement, perfect. I think there's phosphor bronze bushings in there. Sure wish I had jimping though. That would be great. Handle construction. It's as fat as the 1940 compound, speaking of competitive options. Finally found my plain edge version, by the way. Not getting rid of it. It's going to be a cast member here. I actually like the knife. Let's check the width first between these two knives. It's identical, pretty much. The weight is identical. The size is identical. I'm talking between the compound and the ass head. I'm just kidding. Asset. Asset. That's right. Nothing fancy. It's asset. Get it right. Between these two knives, now that we're here, which one would I choose? That one. Again, I love the Persian blade styles. Here comes a trip. How about this? Spyderco C58 JD Smith. There's a Persian blade style for you. That's a sick little lockback, very thin, expensive, as are some of these Spydercos. For what it is, I'm saying. VG10 steel, flat ground, beautiful blade shape. I'll probably review that one day. I'd prefer that one. Ergonomics, comparatively speaking, are actually pretty good. There's no hot spots in the handle. Again, you got a finger choil right here. I don't find any problems with it at all in the use that I put it through. And that takes us to clip design. Huh, that's done correctly. I like that clip. Check it. Blackened for one, so it's unobtrusive. And then it's standard. There's no, I don't know, weirdness issues. I always call them Wizard of Oz issues. If we compare it against, just because it's here, the 1940, you can see some differences. I said that in that China versus USA comparison. That was the Turbulence versus the 1940 Compound. This one's much preferred. Carries relatively deeply. You can see how it's attached very securely with 3 screws. That's a really nice clip. I love it. Durability, therefore, I will say is going to be awesome for basically a $25 knife. I don't think you'll find any flaws on it at all. Keep in mind, when I rack out a likability scale on these knives in the sidebar description, I definitely take value into consideration. Notice I said value, not necessarily price. Value is what you're getting for the money. Could be an expensive blade, could deliver all kinds of second kind of cool, collectability, specialness, or in this case, utility for $25. So it's going to be very high on my likability scale, even though I know it's still 4.2 ounces, and for an EDC roll, I deemed this knife for that. Well, to me, this knife connects better. My preferences are always part of my reviews. I can't help it. That's what makes it interesting and useful to my friends across the world. Let's talk about some competitive options. We already said the 1940 Compound. That's also HCR13 MOV, same weight. Here comes one. I don't think you've seen this yet. Not on the camera. This is the Kershaw Drone, 1960, 3.2 ounces, about the same price. Excuse me. And I've been EDCing this, and I actually like it, other than it's kind of chunky. Lighter. They have some attempt at jimping up here. At least they're trying. But it's worthless. Double thumb studs. There you go. So it's not, I don't know, a dedicated flipper design like these are. I love flipper knives, by the way. I showed you this one recently. Here it comes again because I just love it so much. This is a Spyderco Tenacious C122 GPBL. It's a special run for some outfit called JB Outman Distributing. I have no idea who they are. I do know this, though. It's being sold by NotJustKnives.com as of May 2012. Get it while you can. It's a sprint run. 4 ounces, flat ground, beautifully shaped leaf blade on the Tenacious. Man, do we love the Tenacious. I still love it. I've used it as for some of my special edition knives. I love it so much. Now that's a thumb ramp. Jimped. Oh my gosh, awesome. Great clip. So it's going to be around the same weight, and it's going to be more expensive. So if you're really tight on money, this will definitely be. Right now, I'll just say it, running $36 at NotJustKnives.com. If you find this video in the months and years to come and you missed out, so sorry. Subscribe and follow the Nut and Fancy Knife Show. You'll get some insight to a few of these cool blades. Let's see. This one is a Kershaw 3420. And I am somewhat lukewarm on it. I think I said as much in my review. It's sticking around only as a cast member for comparison and contrast, just like I'm using it here for. Now those are some good serrations. Typically awesome Kershaw serrations. They're featured here in the 3420. This is a 3.8 ounce HCR13 MOV. It's got a weird angle on that clip. Mentioned that in the review, but it's a good clip. It's got some milled G10, so it's not FRN, so that's a little bit more upscale. Ambi disc, deployment disc on it. Not a bad knife. It's not bad. Same price. So most of the competitive options I'm giving you are from Kershaw. Out of all of them, just a hard call. Between EDC and them, it'd be between probably the Drone and the Ass Head. That's a Nut and Fancy review. See ya.